Hi, it's Monday. It's 3 o'clock. Welcome to Together Unlocked, brought to you as always by Together 2012. We're a community interest company led by disabled artists and based in the main Paralympic host borough of Newham. I'm Jew Gosling, also known as the artist Jew 90. I'm artistic director. We're just celebrating, well, about a week past, I think, our first anniversary of being locked down in the house with no visitors, apart from, of course, a couple of weeks ago, the vaccinator. So, a little bit stir crazy, as I'm sure everybody else is as well. So, today, as always, we've got lots of chat and lots of art to take our mind off things. So, with me in my studio is Julie Newman, the chair and activist. We're going to come back to our studio in East London in a minute for some audio description, some more introductions, and more news of what we're going to be covering in the next hour. But first, at the other end of our long virtual wheeled sofa, in that unknown part of East London in the West Midlands, well, I'll leave it to you to introduce yourselves.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to this week. Um, it is Monday already. Um, I'm Robin Surgeoner still, I believe. I am business director at Together 2012. And Jude's correct, we are up here in the very far north of the east of London, known as Sutton Coldfield. Um, today we are in our studio. We are back to our plain velvet curtains behind us, keeping the warmth in. Although I must say, actually, in the West Midlands today, it is actually quite sunny.
Yeah,
Um,
it's spring in East London as well. It's not often that we have the same weather.
it's not. Um, so, just to give you a little bit of description about me today, I look like it's a Monday after a long weekend, which means that my silvery grey hair is still silvery grey and slightly straggly, shall we say. I have blue eyes behind no rim black arm glasses. Again, I am wearing the that way. But below that, I am wearing one of my favorite black long sleeved hooded sweatshirts. The hood actually has a grey lining in it with grey ties for the hood. And then on my left breast, which you can just about make out if you are seeing the picture behind the microphone stand, is a logo for Angry Fish Training, and the words Angry Fish Training, Art and Empowerment.
Hi, I'm. I need to cough as well. Hi, I'm Josh Sturger. I'm one of the hosts of Together Unlocked, and I'm a PhD student as well. I have long blonde hair, some facial hair growth that really needs to be sorted out. I keep saying that, and I still don't change it. Uh, I've also got black framed glasses on, and I'm also wearing a long sleeved, kind of very dark blue, royal blue, navy, whatever shade of blue it is, uh, jacket as well that has a lion head, and it says Team GB with the Olympic rings on the left breast.
We've been having a little bit of an Olympic theme going on recently, haven't we? Because I remember Robin had his Team GB and Tokyo last week. And of course, at the weekend, the news came that we were all expecting no international visitors at the 2022, as it is now, Tokyo Paralympics. But we get better pictures on the TV anyway.
So,
So I'm Jude Gosling. Today I'm dressed as I am because this morning we had our Together Dance on the Screen Club, which is actually a club that predates lockdown. We decided years ago we would like to make masked dance for the screen. We'll be telling you a bit more about our club's programme as the day goes on. But on the fourth Monday of every month, we have our Dance on Screen Club. And today we were doing a bit of filming, which I will also talk about later. So I'm dressed in a black leather cap. I've got a long sleeved zipped black hoodie, and that's open to show a long sleeved black t shirt, which has got some red writing on, of which I think it says Vivian Westwood and Lee Cooper. I've also got pale olive skin, green eyes behind black plastic glasses, black wrist braces, and silver coloured jewellery. And behind us, you can see just a glimpse of the Together 2012 graffiti banner that you can see on our website and different publications. That's got pictures of all the art forms we cover in a year, from drama, dance, music, art, street art, carnival art, photography and filmmaking, which we will talk about more later, and poetry and spoken word, and much, much more. We've also, between us, got a teddy bear in view. He's a sort of pale beige teddy bear, not terribly big, and he's got a red jumper on that says Norwich Ted on the front in yellow. He's unsuccessful medal bearer for last week's Clockwork Paralympics. Join us on Wednesday for this week's Clockwork Paralympics, where a new teddy bear will be competing for the right to wear a medal. Nonetheless, our teddy bear is still here, taking part, as always, in the International Virtual Bear Hunt. So, last but by no means least, Julie, who are you? What do you look like?
Hi, I'm the chair of Together 2012. I'm wearing a beautifully knitted green top with a little
Hat.
well, sorry, yes, a little hat, a little beanie type hat. I was trying to think of, I cannot find it. There's a little crocheted pin, little flower on it, which is rather lovely. It was sent down from a friend in Scotland, which was a lovely surprise. I'm wearing a grey t-shirt underneath a blue and beige and brown checked shirt with little pockets. It's a lumberjack's t-shirt. Can the little bear not take part in this week's, or does it have to be a different bear?
Oh, would you like the Norwich Ted to stay for another week?
Well, it just seems a bit of a shame that he's been sort of ditched from the team, and it wasn't really his fault. In truth.
Well, I think we might pick that up again on Wednesday. So you finished your audio description, Julie, and yes, thank you very much to Alison Walker, who has been sending down from Scotland the knitted hats that Julie's been sporting. They are to share, but somehow they've all ended up on Julie's head, and I'm not entirely convinced I'm ever going to see them. But I've declared this the year of the hat. Last year was the year of the homemade haircut, and of course, I'm still going to be sporting my self-styled hennaed Corona crop for some time to come. I just can't bear to think about it. So, yeah, I've decided to do that bloke thing and wear a hat. And lo and behold, when I was at the Association of Festival Organisers annual conference a few weeks ago, and I was thinking, does it look odd to wear a hat indoors? And just about every single person there was sporting a hat. We will not be among the first to go back to the hairdressers. So, yes, it's definitely going to be a watch out for these hats. There's definitely going to be the same hats being worn more than once. So, on Friday, we recommend something for the weekend. And I'm just wondering, guys, whether you followed up any of those things or you've got anything else to recommend.
Well, yeah, I did. I just want to check one thing with you. You said that the Paralympics were now 2022. Was that a slip of the tongue?
I think that was a slip of the tongue.
Okay.
Well, not knowing what year we're in.
There is the 2022 Winter Paralympics, just to be sure. Okay, so well, yeah. I mean, I managed to catch a bit of the March Madness Festival that I talked about on Friday. I mean, it was very good. It was very well streamed. Technically, it was great. It all ran smoothly. Wasn't I mean, I just had a busy day, and I kind of got towards listening to it the last 3 hours of the evening, and it wasn't my cup of tea in terms of the music. It was a lot of electronic dance music. There was some good mixing with some kind of jazz stuff in the base of it. But it was it was real, it was going. And in fact, when we joined in, the person DJ, I suppose, or musician, was a guy who's of a full-time wheelchair user, I would have said anyway. We didn't see his introduction, but it was definitely a disabled artist who was running the gig at that point in time, and he'd actually shared his screen so you could see all the what he was doing to make the beats and the changes and stuff. So that was interesting because then the next couple up weren't certainly visually disabled people, shall we say, and they just stood behind their decks going like, and just thinking, how can you do that for an hour and a half? But anyway, that's so that was, but we did that. That was good, and also I managed, wasn't on the list, but something Tracy and I have been trying to finish watching and ended up kind of rewatching all of it. Is a film called The Midnight Sky, which was just, it was an interesting film. I mean, it's
Is that Netflix?
yeah,
I watched it on.
yeah, we watched it on Netflix, certainly. And George Clooney stars and I think directs it or co-directs it. And it was it was an interesting film. I mean, it's sort of kind of very thought provoking film about self-awareness and stuff like that. But um uh, actually for me, and I'm looking at some stuff since watching it, there's a young actress, it's her first acting role, certainly on screen anyway, called Killin. Obviously it's an Irish name and it's spelled Caoillin. Sorry, I do apologize for any mispronunciations. And Springle is her surname. Um, and she was actually the movie critics gave. She got like the Young Performer nomination or award. Um, she's absolutely fantastic. So she's in. It's an hour and 50-minute film, and she's probably on screen for 40% of that time. Um, and in all of that time, she only says, I think, 3 or 4 words and a laugh. Yet she tells the most incredible story of the girl in the. It's because the majority of time when she's on screen, it's her and George Clooney, and then there's another scene in space which is some other people, and I don't want to spoil the film. So it's just those two, and it's a role I've never seen George Clooney in. I mean, he's made he's bearded, they're in kind of the Arctic, and so he's bearded, but it's just a very, very different role. And if I hadn't known it was George Clooney, I might not have known it was George Clooney, or certainly not until quite a long way in, because and that's what acting's about. I get that, but for me, I mean, we a lot of our work is with artists who may not actually have voices or traditional voices.
Will be very mobile. And I know something I always say. Now, I'm afraid we're getting some echo at this end. It's almost certainly down to the host. But can you turn your speaker down in your internal system a bit, just in case? And apologies to people if you are getting sound problems. But yes, we always say that it's about the performance, the power of performance. And you completely static and not anything. Every single eye in the theatre is going to be on you. And you leap around doing all sorts of gymnastics. And at the end of the day, no gigs at all. They're checking the shopping, they're going online. There's just no connection. Can I just ask, are you hearing the echo that I'm hearing?
We're not hearing an echo, but where we were at the beginning, when we're getting that Norman Collier kind of only every second or third syllables coming through.
Oh, apologies to everybody who's watching. We're going to have to stop the stream. We may have to do this more once. It's a problem with the internet now hosts the live. We'll be back in a sec.